Alright, here it is, 72 inches, and man, I'll bet you this thing weighs 700 or 800 pounds just by itself. It was brutal getting this thing on and off the truck when I picked it up. It's a beast. Fabricated deck, no doubt. Got your wheels there for anti-scalp wheels. PTO hookup right there, goes up underneath. I'll show you that hooked up here in a minute. And then you got your gearbox there. Double belt system, kind of interesting. And then your spindles, 3 spindles on this thing. Blades are very heavy. I don't know. I bet you that might be a Kubota only as far as finding a replacement blade for these things. But the model number right here, RCK60B23BX. Nice. The big one. Yeah, I looked at maybe getting a 60 inch, then I ended up with 72 is what they had. And I'm happy with that. And there is some metal brackets on the front here to help you hook it up. Hook's right in there. Hookup is actually not hard. It's just unwieldy. I wouldn't want to try to do this in the gravel. Luckily, I do have enough clearance to pull this thing in, maneuver it around some. So that's exactly what I'm going to get ready to do. Let me go ahead. I'll hook it up, and we'll take it for a spin.
All right, so there you go. Not a very difficult thing to install. Just heavy, so a little bit hard to maneuver. Luckily, these wheels, which are your anti-scalp wheels, you can set these down and rotate them so you can slide this thing in and out. Now, I know newer models of Kubota and John Deere, I believe, also have the drive-on decks where you just drive right over it. This doesn't have that, but I don't find that to be too much of a hindrance. I take the decks off my garden tractor to plow every winter, and it was about the same process, just slightly larger, slightly heavier. This little device right here is all it takes to mount the front. The lever here, and I'll go around here before we turn the camera off and show you how to drop it down without this thing running. And then there's the hookup for the PTO. So not a lot to it. Maintenance-wise, yeah, there's some grease fittings. I just greased it before I installed it. 3 grease fittings. I suppose if you have flexible cable, you could get to the middle spindle with the deck installed, but you could definitely reach the outer 2. So it's very nice. It adds some width, obviously, to it. I think the 60-inch instead of the 72 probably would have brought it right around to level with the tires. So if you have issues with clearance getting in and out of gardens and stuff like that, that might be something you want to take into consideration before buying the big boy. Now let me tell you what I think of it so far. So a garden tractor is a riding mower that's designed to do ground engaging work, so it does other stuff, and it mows very well. The other stuff it does okay. It does a pretty good job. I was able to run this 6-acre farm for 4 years exclusively on a garden tractor. Now, on the other side, we have what this is considered to be a SCUT, subcompact utility tractor, or a very small reel tractor. It does an excellent job at backblading and snow plowing and digging holes and using a loader bucket, that kind of stuff. It's not really designed to be a lawnmower, and you can tell. So it has some positives and some negatives. I prefer, I think, now that I've had a few months on it, I'm starting to prefer using this deck and this mower as that setup. I find the diesel drone to be a little bit more annoying than the gas engine sound. The seat is on springs that are vastly superior to that of a garden tractor, so it's a softer ride. And power steering is a big help, especially when trying to get around trees or whatnot. So pluses and minuses for both, but I'm getting used to this. Oh, here comes the rain. I'll go ahead and lower this thing down, just so you can see it. Now I'm going to have to move the camera inside. The lever here for adjusting deck height is right here. As you can see, it drops right down. It has to be running in order to pull it back up, but not a bad little setup. Overall, I'm happy with it. Very expensive. The cost of that mowing deck equals the cost of a good size lawn tractor or yard tractor, so definitely something you want to keep in mind. And that's it. I'm Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms. Hope you enjoyed this update on the Kubota BX25D. And I'll see you next time. Take care.
There's always something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms.